Yo, what's good, Picantesociety? We out here. We're just driving around in the big rig E350. So, kind of wanted to chat about the market today. Man, Ethereum is going straight up, and I think that Ethereum should hit 10K by the end of 2025. I feel like Ethereum is one of the good cryptocurrencies to invest in long term because the last cycle they were at 4,000, and so I feel like they're this cycle they should hit 10K, and just by almost 3 days, it's already up like almost a grand. Right now it's at 2,750, around about. I'll drop like some pictures, but man, Bitcoin, it did hit twice this week. Once yesterday and another one today. It hit 105 on its price range, and I'll show you guys my portfolio here in just a sec. But I wanted to talk about different stuff like Trump. See, this man Trump's pretty smart. He announces to the people when they should start buying on his Truth Media social platform. This guy, he's smart, man. Like, because right now the new CPI report came out, and it showed that it's a 2.5 or around the 2.3ish, and the Fed, they were waiting until it can drop to 2 to start cutting rates. But the thing is that the Fed is still playing like they're playing the waiting game, and I think they should cut the rates like now, because right now this time is the only time that we're at the Fed's rate that they wanted to cut at. And it's a data well, the way Jerome Powell makes it seem that it's a data. The Fed just makes it seem like it's only a data driven type of rate cut, like they're only moved by data. But the thing is, if they wait till the Fed's waiting until June to be able to make a decision, but they should be cutting the rates now because they have reached their price points, and the inflation that was created by the tariff situation. So it's not even it's like artificial inflation that they made on their own. So I honestly feel like the Fed should cut rates, because if they wait until June to cut rates, by that time the CPI could be at a different price. And if they're still pushing that they need to go down to 2%, we're going to be in a dilemma where inflation is going to increase again, because they're going to be waiting on Jerome Powell to cut. But the thing is, Jerome Powell, as soon as they turn on the money printer to start printing money, stocks right now they're going up, but stocks, they're going to be going up like crazy. Crypto, and I feel like Jerome Powell, he knows that they're going to be potentially increasing a lot, but you can never bet against America in the long term. America will always win no matter what. They always come out of the creeks, or they come out of the shadows. They're always in an uptrend. Like, they're always bullish. Like bearish seasons only last like maybe 1, 2 to 3 months, sometimes even 7 months for the longest. But bearish seasons don't last that long. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that Jerome Powell is waiting so long for something to happen, or they're trying to save the day, but they, at the end of the day, they never really come to save the day, because the data points, like it always recalibrates into what Jerome Powell is expecting. But who knows? But I feel like if Jerome Powell doesn't cut rates now, he's going to be in a catch-22 later on, and Trump is going to put a lot more pressure on him in regards to cutting rates. Because he had an opportunity to cut rates, but I feel like both of these guys are very stubborn, and they're both trying to prove their point of, you know, who has the heavier balls out of both of them. And I feel like it's not a good game to be playing, like, you know, with, you know, in society. You know, I feel like these two guys, they're very smart guys, you know. Like, I think back at Trump's previous term, and he, you know, Trump's the one that brought him on that chair for his position. So I feel like, you know, deep down, Jerome Powell is, you know, he's playing games, like mental games with Trump. But I definitely feel that we would see some all-time high for all cryptocurrencies, like meme coins. It's the alt season coin, Bitcoin. Right now, what I'm fully invested in for long term is the crypto ETFs. I also have crypto, but I've just been buying crypto ETFs. The ticket symbol that I've been buying a lot of is BITX. Right now, currently sitting at 53.17, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, it's a times 2. So whenever Bitcoin increases, like a certain, you know, like a couple percent, this will times 2 it. So it'll this ETF will rise up like times 2 whatever Bitcoin does. And I bought like 7 contracts for 2026 of $60 on BITX. And I do believe that Bitcoin should hit its all-time high. I want to say the highest it could go this year, honestly, like 200K. But definitely I know it'll reach 150K by this year. And it's not just a forecast, it's an actual price target that a lot of analysts have been projecting. There's different people that say that it won't, like we just gotta wait and see. But don't let the market and all this drama like carry weight on your shoulders. Like, you know, go in there with the game plan every day. Everybody starts with $0, so make sure you go in there every day, you know, start building your long-term portfolio. Like me, I'm dropping probably a couple hundred, if not 200, sometimes even $50 on all my long-term plays, which is like Glad, LTC. Those are dividend stocks that'll pay you monthly by just having your money in there. So I'm always constantly buying in. DCA is a terminology of it. A lot of people know it as ABB, always be buying. But every day I'll try to buy a stock, if not every other day, every week. As long as you're dropping money in your portfolio like 2 to 3 times a month, you should be able to see some you know, some gains. Because I kind of thought about it, and when you're investing, you want to make sure that you're investing in when you're investing, you want to make sure that you're investing in stuff that are stable, that'll stay at a same rate, you know, like low risk, low reward. You want to make sure you have some of those types of stocks in your portfolio, because you know, as the tariff situation continues, because remember, right now we're in a 90-day pause. You know, Trump made a deal with China, and China, they're like charging us less on the tariffs, but they I feel like right now the market is super volatile, that the best right now trades are the low risk, low reward, the ones that aren't even really making a big, the ones that aren't really making a big move, because you want to make sure your money stays at the price that you buy in at, and not really have it fluctuate like a lot of different stocks have been selling off like crazy. Like when Google had its earnings, it had a fat sell-off because like the new AI generation thing, people didn't like how Apple's gonna use like AI for its Safari, so a lot of people they sold out of that position. But honestly, I feel like Trump, I feel like he's best friends with China, their president, because these guys are pretty strategical. Like, he kind of told everybody to buy, and the next day he was like, oh yeah, we came to an agreement. But he kind of knew already how the market was gonna react to it, because remember, all these trades are from people's reactions, or how they fear. It's like a fear-driven type of sentiment, but I do believe that, like China, I was doing some research, and they have we have a meme coin called Pepe, and that one has been booming. It's I think it's up like 80 to 70% the last week. But this the China, they have their own strategic reserve of Pepe, and it's like the Chinese Pepe. It's like PEI. It's like baby, but they got a baby market cap. I don't know if they have a baby market cap or not, but that was just a little joke. But yeah, I do see like crypto kind of like taking control over the market. Another thing is that I was like, when a portfolio manager is investing in your stocks, like, where do you draw the line to having them announce, that they're recommending crypto to people? Like, I kind of put it in this. I'll put it in this type of story. Like, if a salesman who sells shoes is recommending you the best running shoes, best everything, like, why would they exclude like Adidas, or why would they exclude like Nike? So I kind of feel like it's the same thing. Like, all these portfolio managers, all the people that are money management, like, they right now, they're not like, where do you draw the line of them not like recommending like crypto and recommending like stable coins as a recommendation for people's portfolio to create some stability in their portfolios or in the market? Like, I feel like we're on like a thread here, a little gray hair thread, that the market could actually like change in crypto's favor. But crypto, it's like its own entity. People want to like compare it to like gold, which it's kind of similar, like liquid gold, not really liquid digital gold, but it's honestly its own entity, and that's why I think I'm fully invested in like the ETFs, because as I'm buying Bitcoin on my other hand, dollar cost averaging in, the ETF is also paying me dividends just to have the stock. So a lot of people there, they like they're saying, you know, don't sell your Bitcoin, you know, long term, like, you know, don't sell it at all. But that's where you know, if you never sell it, you're not taking any profits, or you're not really getting paid. So that's where my I kind of thought about really investing in the ETFs, because you know, they're paying you a little bit. I forgot what the rate is, but they're paying you like to have your money there on those ETFs. So, you know, I think right now it's a perfect time to be buying more, because you know, sooner or later, as soon as the Fed cuts rate, we could see a big increase in the market, even more than what we're seeing now. Like right now, we're seeing, you know, somewhat kind of gains, but I feel like we haven't even seen the full rest of it. Like, whenever Trump is in the office, like, you gotta have an abundant mindset and invest. Like, you know, like you know, invest, like doing calls or puts. Like, you know, Trump, I feel like he's a really smart man, and he likes to keep his options open. So I feel like it's, you know, whenever you see a pretty active person on the market like that, you want to make sure you're making moves to you know, to build the growth, to be able to you know, enhance your portfolio, and, you know, be able to move with the whole market. But I don't know, that's just me. But that concludes today's video. I wanted to just do a little like general chat, kind of freestyle it a bit. You know, like, comment, subscribe. Holla back at your boy. Peace.